Oh, so crazy when you burn in hell forever, 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 forever. Boulevard. Oh, so crazy when you burn in hell forever, 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 forever. Boulevard.
man, the king, the god of this shit, Nick fucking Gage. And I'm here to let you motherfuckers know that the Blvd Bullies versus the World is a podcast every Tuesday at 7 p.m. live with Larry, the motherfucking legend. And they got a motherfucking new mission and a statement. And they're telling me to tell everyone that they say, fuck everyone that always takes the low road and to their enemies die slow, motherfuckers. MDK all fucking day.
Oh, so Christ, may you burn in hell forever, 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 forever.
Boulevard. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Blvd Bullies versus the World. It's a new year. It's a new us.
Blvd Bullies Day 1.
Blvd Bullies Day 1. What's up? I'm PK with the Blvd Bullies, and I am joined once again by all four pillars of the company. Pillars of the community, one might say. Let's just get through this real quick, because we got a lot of important stuff to talk about. Ladies and gentlemen, making his illustrious return to the program after a lengthy absence of jet-setting, globe-trotting, continent-hopping, the
Basketball
man who
watching.
has been called upon both far and wide to lend his medical expertise to people with oddly shaped cuts on their body all over the world. Ladies and gentlemen, the sole proprietor and owner of Ringside Relics. Ladies and gentlemen, the voice of Outlaw Wrestling.
Buddy.
We have the man who is responsible for every bad thing that happened to Blvd Bullies in 2023. And the man who is somehow also responsible for a large amount of good things that happened to the Blvd Bullies in 2023. He's a walking paradox. He's wild card, bitches. Ladies and gentlemen, Bad Take Bri, the merch guy.
I am who I am.
give you this finger.
I love you all.
I am.
And we have a former boat owner, a Showcase Showdown winner, my wrestling father. A man who has the voice of an angel. Ladies and gentlemen, Larry the Legend.
And I give myself both fingers. What's up, everybody? 2024. Gimme more. Oh, Blvd Bullies versus the World. Daddy-o.
So I got a little hairy last week after last week's episode. For those of you who don't know, we had the Body on the show, and the Body came on hot, and he was an absolute maniac and an asshole and said a very off-color and not funny thing. Normally we interview the guests for 30, 40 minutes. We got rid of him as soon as possible. I think the interview was like 8 minutes, 11 minutes. Before I even checked my phone, I made it private because I was like, well, that one's getting flushed. That's a bad episode. But it was too little too late. Our interview had already been screen recorded and distributed amongst Twitter, and we got fucking destroyed. We got flamed. We're in imminent danger, both physically and mentally and emotionally. But that's not the story. The story is here, and we'll go around the room, guys. But I remained radio silent on Twitter. I didn't want to roll in the mud. I didn't want to get into arguments. I understand people are very, very upset. Sometimes when you try to apologize, they just don't want to hear from you. So I waited until today. So this is my first time addressing it. I just want to say that I, PK of the Blvd Bullies, apologize profusely for the behavior of the Body. I knew it was a fucking bad idea. I think we all can agree it was a bad idea. And, and it was stupid. And I hate it. And just for me personally, if you're mad at us, if we were cool and now we're not cool, that sucks. I'm sorry. We can always talk. If we were cool and we're cool, thank you. We can always talk. If we weren't cool and we're not cool, die slow. That's basically where I'm at with it. But thank you for those of you tuning in, and thank you for those of you who hear this message. Deepest apologies on my behalf. Larry, do you want to weigh in here?
Sure, yeah. In the moment, I reacted poorly. I think that we all did because we really didn't know what we had on our hands. And I heard from a lot of people, but probably one of the most important people that I heard from was Roberto Negro, our friend, owner of XPW. And he said, I don't know whose idea it was to have Ryan on, but you guys really have to be prepared for anything and everything to come out of his mouth. And you have to know how to, in real time, be able to navigate that, and y'all didn't.
Yeah, we failed miserably at that.
So I'm with you, Pat. I was kind of, when we saw our lineup of guests, kind of like, what is this? Why are we having this person and that person? But y'all are my team as much as XPW is my team. So we had our format and what we were doing, and it just completely went off the rails. So I had a lot of people. I'm fine with that. But I had a lot of people that were in my inbox with support. A lot of people in my inbox with death threats. But the most important inbox I got was from Sean's mom, and then followed closely by a message from Aunt Mickey, everyone's favorite aunt. And after those two messages, considering my aunt and my mom, who means so much to me, I decided that it would probably be best for me to address things personally, irregardless of the Blvd Bullies. And I did. And I don't think that it needs to go any further. Actions speak louder. Obviously, everybody's going to say what they have to say. But yeah, I had a lot of support in my corner with people who just were like making sure that I was good. I'm fine, everybody. I'm fine. I looked at nothing. So everybody who was on site with Larry and all of the mean things, I didn't even see it because I've already been through this before. And by looking at it, that's y'all's power, and you have none over me.
Yeah, hell yeah. Sean, you weren't even on the show.
No, I wasn't. I was in the garden.
You were having a nice time, a nice family-friendly time.
Yeah. I didn't understand the severity of it until I got home. And I actually excuse me, I actually watched the clip that everybody was, watching that went viral. And I'll admit I reacted poorly upon the three of you. And I want to apologize for that because I could have handled it differently and I could have spoke to you each individually. But I chose to react the way I guess everybody else reacted without knowing what actually happened and what happened after the minutes were cut from the video that actually was presented to everyone. But what I will say is what the guy did was wrong, and poor taste, nowhere near professional. But I think you guys handled it the best way you could at the time.
Yeah, we botched it. We fucked it up.
You dig yourself through mud, but what really matters is how you clean yourself up afterwards.
Yeah, I feel like it's like, I don't know. We get into this mode of just talking so loosely and being in a mode where nothing is sacred. But even I think the four of us in our hearts wouldn't go there. There are obviously things that, don't enter a normal person's mind to say, even when you're being crazy.
Well, you know
and
something.
So
Pat,
I think that I'm sorry, just to finish. I think we're in that mode, and it's you try to just roll with it, and it's yeah, obviously looking back, we should have stopped the track, but I don't know. It's just it's just you get into this habit mode.
Yeah, well, Pat, the interview with Judge Joe Dredd, which was kind of heralded as I love it, I hate it, should have been kind of a precursor to the danger that we all put ourselves in by just having someone on what is essentially our brand. Because a lot of these guys are workers. Do you understand what I'm saying? So everybody's not going to be Drake. Everybody's not going to be Aunt Mickey.
Yeah, we've
Some
been
of
very
these guys are
spoiled.
gonna-
We've been very, very spoiled.
Some of these guys are going to go into business for themselves, and just like you said, with our loose talk, that opens up the doors for them to loosely do whatever. I guess what I'm trying to say is like at any time, there could be a hit put out on us by someone that just is like, oh yeah, finesse these motherfuckers into going on their show, and then fucking just, you know, give me a softball to run with, so I can fucking, you know, kill them. Because they want their enemies to die slow, so let's watch them die slow.
Yeah, well, and yeah, I can't help but feel that our loose talk and our karma, not even our karma, but you know, we have been joking about it for months. The final episode is always right around the corner because of the haters and the screen records and stuff. So, but you know, that's not to change the fact that we fucked it up, and if we are so smart, we should be smart. You know, and it was just all around fucking stupid and shitty. And obviously, you know, what's his name? Gary. What's the body's real name? Gary.
Ryan Cartwright.
Ryan apologized, and the three of you issued statements as well. You know, and the hate seems to have died down a little bit. I'm sure some people have blood jihads on us, shlarias on us, if you will. But
yeah,
you know, I wanted to address it. This is how I wanted to address it. I decided pretty early on Tuesday night that I wasn't gonna say anything until this right now. So I'm glad we're talking about it. And yeah, it sucks. It sucks. And obviously, we should be more in control of those moments and more, you know, I don't know, self-aware. Brian, you want to close us out?
Sure. Well,
yeah. Shout out that episode, Brian, too. That former episode. Like, make sure everybody knows our archives are available. You know which one I'm talking about.
Which episode? Oh, the which one? The auction episode?
Yeah. Make sure that everybody. Yeah.
Well, yeah. We what was said obviously just shouldn't have been said, and there's just certain lines that you don't cross with certain things in scenes with people that are beloved, and that's what happened. And we apologize. I issued a statement online, and it was just I was guest happy. I basically forced the guest onto the show because I just was in a mode where I was having fun having the wrestlers come on the shows. I am what I am.
Yeah, I am too. But you were marking out.
I counseled against it too.
Yeah, yes. You did. Yes, you did.
I begged you.
You did.
I begged you, bro. I begged you.
I fucking begged you.
I apologize. And it's a new year, and it's going to be another strong year without that type of shit.
Yeah. And you know.
Well, I hope so.
And the episode that Larry is talking about is the auction episode that we did for the late SPO, where Larry auctioned off his jacket. We donated the money towards.
Yeah, you know, I don't know. I guess like on like Wednesday, and I saw it was just like all the shit was like flowing, and it was just going heavy, and it was like number one thing. I was thinking about like, oh, I could load up I want to load up a bunch of things to say to defend us and defend our honor and show proof and evidence that like we're not bad people and blah 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 and this and that. And then I went, yeah, you know what? Whatever. You know, like we'll talk about it.
We'll talk about it.
And whoever's rocking is rocking, whoever's not rocking. And by the way, it's not like we create this show to like fucking influence the culture and the fucking industry. It's basically us fucking around with whoever wants to join, like friends. So like obviously I knew to bury it right away. And you know, like we're not the ones who distributed it. We're not the ones who clipped it and shared it around. And so like, you know, if you want to look at like the fucking chain of custody of where that video comes from and where it goes, like, yeah, it was on our show. Yes, it was on our show. It's our fault. It's our fault.
And my knee-jerk reaction was probably the worst thing I could have said, and it was idiotic and childish as fuck.
Yeah.
Which you are, admittedly.
Which I am a fucking, right.
Yeah.
Right.
So don't act brand new. Don't act brand new, but I think that we can box this up. y'all. I think we've said
So we're
all
gonna
our
leave it in
piece.
2023.
Yeah.
And you know what?
Indeed.
Before we even start, Ruben stuttered. I'm sorry for 2024.
Nah, man, nah. 2023.
No, but I know, but also I'm sorry for this. I'm sorry for what's about to occur.
Oh,
He's
okay.
pre-apology.
Moving forward. I'm putting out a pre. And
Good
also,
call.
that's not the song. I waited 20 years.
I thought you were breaking news that Ruben Stuttered passed away.
Yeah, that just drained me.
I was
right
like,
now,
wait,
bro.
what's going on?
This is
Like,
my
what?
sorry song, 2004.
Yeah, it's a good
Damn, I'm
jam.
sorry.
2024 is actually 30 years of Clerks. It came out in 1994.
I just watched it. Because my brother's in town from Fort Wayne, and he was talking about how he doesn't get Jay and Silent Bob. And I was like, oh, well, do you know their origin? I'm like, you know where they first popped up at? And he was like, no. And I showed him like their little cameos in there and how, especially with that final scene
Oh my
where
God.
Jay fucking dresses him down and just drops that fucking
And
wisdom on it.
he fucks up the line. He's like, oh wait,
Yes,
I fucked
bro,
up.
yes,
And they keep
yeah.
filming, dude. Legendary
Bro,
shit.
it's magic. It's magic. And I showed him that. But that's 94.
Yes, sir.
Mallrats is 95, right?
I believe.
Dogma, I think Dogma by far is my favorite.
Chasing
Dogma's
Amy.
great.
There was Chasing Amy as well. All those movies are just
Legendary.
top tier shit.
Way ahead of their
Yeah.
time, tell you that much.
Yo, and before we move on, I just also want to say, because I see some stuff in the chat here. Like I said, if you're cool, and you're cool, we're cool, but let's talk. But if you were cool and you're still mad, chat with us. Send us a DM. If you were cool, you're still mad, we can chat. But if you weren't cool and you're still mad, then, die slow. Oh, my goodness. So let's get to the most important part of the show.
Is it my
Larry's
favorite?
Yes. The first giveaway of 2024. Now, last week is null and void, Brian. N/A.
Right. So, so are you going to explain it, or are you passing it to me with these long pauses?
Well, I
He's
mean,
Roberto Negro.
more pauses. Boulevard Nice Guys. Well, I mean, I'm seeing this in the chat. It hasn't gone off on the show yet, but John Richter just dropped $50
What about that ching ching ching?
in the
What
chat.
about
I'm
that
waiting
bling
for
bling
it. I'm
bling?
waiting for it. It may never come.
Maybe you forgot.
It may never come.
Maybe you
It may never come.
Wow.
Well, we're coming.
Thank you,
We're coming
Johnny.
all over.
Wow, John.
Thank
John,
you.
thank you for your support. What a way to start off the year.
$50.
You know,
so
I
good
am
luck.
so excited that Boulevard Bullies versus the World is now the second show on this channel. Of course, the flagship show now being Thursday nights with Jedi Joe and myself. Here comes the lame. The flagship show. You're not going to hear any.
That's SmackDown.
Oh my God, it's going off. The thing is going off. John Richter in the chat.
Thank you, Johnny.
$50.
Mwah.
Wow. Thank you, dude. Thank you. Yo, it's going to be a great year. And we're sorry.
Indeed
for
it is.
2024.
Indeed it is.
All right, so Brian, why don't you take away the way you win the giveaways? Give me the whole breakdown. Bad take Brian the merch giveaway.
All right. The way to win the giveaways that I'm about to show you is
Show
to
us.
comment on the video on YouTube, not in this live chat, but on the video itself on YouTube. Comment anything you like. You get entered into the contest where Patrick next week will put your little names, read the comments, and put your names into a Newport box and shake it. And then he will pick the name that will win one of these things. One is a Drew Parker postcard from Seyazawa himself. It's a postcard. You can send it to somebody. Drew Parker, Seyazawa art. And also a Rob Black signed fan pass from Rebirth, the first XPW event that was.
Did you sign that, Brian, or did Rob
Brian,
Black?
I
Oh,
was
it
just
looks
about
like
to
his
say.
child. We talk about this. His looks like one of his children signed it, but it's his. In fact, Roberto Negro's signature.
Brian.
And because it's the same giveaway as last week, I am adding a legacy item.
Legacy.
Legacy item
legacy.
If you didn't know, I do something called the goddamn news. And these are the scripts in which I read.
Wow.
The scripts in which I wrote myself for each goddamn news of 2023.
Brian,
you have those in a manila folder?
I'll put it in whatever you want. I'll fucking
will you boof it?
sign it. I'll boof it. I'll come on it. And then I'll send it to you.
Brian, are you sure you want to give those away? Those are legacy items.
It's a that's what that's for. It's a legacy item.
Are you gonna sign them?
If the person wants, I'll write whatever they want as a signature. I'll write.
Now, another question I have is:
Bad take.
Are these dated with each date of the?
No,
thing?
It's not. No, because I didn't write it with
the
intention. I didn't write it with the intention of giving these. It's just like a script of
a
what
legit
I said.
legacy item.
Right. It's just something that I'm.
Brian,
That's
you know what?
very
I've gone this whole time seeing you send me those goddamn news clips. You never told me that you were writing scripts.
I did tell you. That's why I wear sunglasses so you can't see my little eyes reading a script.
Wow.
Good job.
We pull the curtain back. Whatever. This is why we have a show.
Wow.
Good job.
The goddamn news, ladies and gentlemen. Scripts. Legacy scripts.
Legacy scripts.
Hey, and since we kind of had a kerfluffle with last week's giveaway, I want to throw something in the pot. I'll put a little legacy item in there too. So whoever comments that gets picked out of the Newport box, they're gonna get this 8x10 here. Okay, signed by Ron Nemi, myself, Weapons Master Ryan, and a couple other people. Okay, there are several signatures on this. It says The Office, and that's all it says down the bottom. Yeah,
wow.
I'll send this for free. Yeah, take it.
First giveaway of the new year.
First giveaway of the new year. All you gotta do, comment this.
I'm hearing Larry's a fast shipper.
Oh yeah. Oh God, yeah.
Whoever
gets this, whoever gets this, you get that address to me. I got plenty of them. I might give one away every single episode for the month of January. Why not?
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Woo. So yeah, there's no. Yeah, you know what, dudes? I'm gonna throw in another legacy item here. Oh my God. There is a cigarette in it.
There we go. Give it all away.
We're gonna wash it out. We're gonna wash it off.
Leave it in there.
Give it all in here.
Okay. And right here I have the thing that started all of life's problems. The can from which I drank the dreaded and cursed cannoli beer.
Yeah, that was
disgusting.
Death knocking on our door, bro.
That's from last week.
That's the problem. Once I cracked that, our fucking luck changed. Our fucking tides got twisted.
I like it when you blame the beer.
Once again, then the tables will turn. Once again, then the tables will turn.
Happy
so
New
you guys
Year,
didn't. You guys didn't watch shit this weekend with a whole fucking
watched
smorgasbord of wrestling.
I laid in bed and watched all. I'll have you know, of AEW. Winter's End, World's End.
Okay.
Yeah, for the flagship show, because I'm doing notes and research now. I'm working really hard for the flagship show now.
Right.
Thursday nights, 8:00.
What are we like Sunday Night Heat Velocity?
Yeah, I've demoted us to Velocity status.
I attended a show like Sean, MCW Seasons Beatings on Saturday, December 30th. And that was my fill of wrestling. Other than that, I couldn't take anything else because I was either working or partying.
Hell yeah.
Well,
So,
New Year's
I was doing Norm shit too. I wasn't watching. Saturday I stayed in and watched wrestling, but then I was like norming it up, dude. Fuck it.
A lot went on.
A lot of wrestling stuff went on.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was several tournaments. Our Ricky Shane Page wrestled Atticus Kogar in a no rope barbed wire match. I think that
happened
wrestling.
in Worcester. That happened in Worcester.
Mm-hmm.
Was it Beyond?
It opened for Beyond.
Opened. Yeah, it was
opened
the first.
Heavy Lies the Crown, which is their show that goes into midnight Heavy Lies the Crown opened with Ricky Shane Page versus Atticus in a no rope barbed wire match.
Yes,
You
and then
love
Ricky Shane actually made an announcement after that he has about 10 death matches left in him, full glass, not giving a fuck. And he said that the 10 people can come find him. So I think that he has some plans
That's so fucking cool.
planned for 2024. He said that he's going to be running his own deathmatch tournament in 2024 as well.
In the Midwest.
Big
In the
plans.
Midwest. Big plans. Big plans.
Ricky Shane Page has always been awesome.
I think MLW put a real good fire under his ass and reminded him why he's RSP.
Well, I mean, Dick Page has always known his own worth. Okay? And that's why a lot of the times he doesn't really get along with a lot of these other fucking people. If y'all don't know, Dick Page helped found Beyond Wrestling. He's one of the co-founders of Beyond Wrestling. And that's kind of like where you find yourself when you know your own worth. It's like starting your own shit. So it makes no surprise to me that he's running his own deathmatch tournament in the Midwest, because we know Dick Page has been associated with this guy, he's been associated with that guy, he's been associated with that guy. You don't stay no place too long.
I just find it interesting because he recently, last in 2023, did the interview where he said deathmatch is kind of stale, and he didn't like the state of deathmatch, and now he's back. So it's exciting. It's an exciting. It's a real
Cody move. It's a real Cody move with the TNT title when he was like, I want y'all to come for this, you know? It like trumps up interest, pardon the expression, you know, and you're like, I want Ricky Shane Page. You know, he has great death matches.
Well, and that's kind of super cool too. Like, oh, there's 10 left. There's 10 mystery men. It's like the Mortal Kombat tower.
Mm-hmm.
You know. It's kind of dope. Like he always does dope shit. How was the match?
The match,
yes.
Dude, it was awesome. Atticus Cogar shaved his big beard for it. He had a big beard when he wrestled in the Circle 6 King of the Death match.
We got little boy. Did we have a beard?
Well, he has like the Lemmy again.
Larry,
he shaved the center.
I love me some Larry.
And he got a nice little haircut, so he looked less disheveled and.
Can I ask, since I didn't see it, were they representing two different colors of 440? Was like
yes, I believe it was
Ricky
blue and orange or blue and yellow.
It was yellow. Yeah. Love it. And the person
because you know why that is, Larry, right? You know why? You know why it's blue and yellow, right?
Of course.
Why? Does anybody know why?
Because when they come together,
it makes green. It makes green. That's some in-depth fucking. One was blue, and the other was yellow, dude.
Like a game show.
Because together, green.
Well, what it is, if you ask me, is it's really
Genius.
it's some tribal
Genius.
It's some tribal gang shit, so that, you know, there can be a Coke and a Pepsi, and people can make sure that they get the Coke. Like from a money standpoint, I made a lot when I had flavors of the It's About to Go Down t-shirt.
Oh, yeah.
You could get the red, you could get the blue, you could get the yellow, you could get the purple. All those flavors.
Hell, you could get green.
You could get green. That was the 440 version.
That's dope.
If that's red, what's orange?
Yeah, you can get a tie-dye.
Much like the NWO red and black and the NWO white and black.
Or when they had NWO 2000, it was red and white together.
What that makes?
Or the LWO, which was the Mexican
LWO.
flag with the NWO font. You know, we want it all.
That Beyond
awesome.
show is always like a dope show. From the days of like years ago when it was Janela, David Starr at midnight.
I was thinking about
days?
that the other day. That match was wild.
Yeah,
bro.
they did like an Iron Man match or something. Yeah, they did a lot of great stuff. Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to say it used to be, because then that's kind of like being like, oh, it sucks now. But you're right, Pat. It used to be
but that New Year's Eve show, that's a time. Like I have no doubt that they would culminate in a blue versus fucking yellow 440 fucking barbed wire match on their New Year's Eve show. Like, that's so dope. Because, you know, it's
opening.
Opening.
So what
Not
closed it
culminate,
then?
Pat, open.
Oh, so that's not what happened as the clock struck midnight?
Nah,
No, they opened with that.
they opened that shit.
They
That's
said,
the
I
only
want to
match that I
open up
watched.
my present.
Either way.
I think the match that happened at midnight was Nick Gage and Jun Kasai.
Kasai. They went through midnight.
No,
though.
but that was at GCW though.
Different show. Yeah.
There were a lot of shows vying
I'm
for
telling
We're
you.
the Midnight Motherfuckers. We're the Midnight Motherfuckers.
There
We're
was
the
a
first
lot of
show in
shows.
2024. But Beyond did that shit first. Beyond was the first, to me, in my knowledge, they were the first ones that made a deal out of like, we're doing a show at starts at 11. You know what that means?
All right, so
He's
let's
shaking
talk
that
about
ass right into the new year.
the GC Dub then. They also ran a show. Where did they run?
It was at the Showboat. It was 2 shows. They did the NGI 8, and then the next day
On Saturday.
on Saturday, and then Sunday was Aftermath.
Aftermath.
Amazing. Hey,
it-
real quick, go back real quick before we got off Beyond. How was the match with Addie and Ricky? Did anyone see it?
I mean, I was basically, I watch it while I'm at work. I watch it without commentary, and I just watch what's going on. But Ricky Shane Page is in full fucking tilt, not giving a fuck.
Just crimson.
Yeah, Crimson Page, good shit.
He's having a
That's what you-
Taipei death match with I think Akira and MLW soon,
You know what? God bless Dick Page.
and Philly. So he's
God
going
bless
balls to the
Dick-
wall.
Dick-
Someone that was missing
Yeah.
from the whole weekend was Eric Ryan. He wasn't at any of the tournaments or did make any appearance.
Maybe
at all.
he had Norm plans. Maybe he had like a nice weekend getaway. Had like a nice.
Every-
You know
It
what?
was-
I'm
Do you
hearing he was in
remember his
France.
last weekend? His weekend of XPW when he had done No Holds Barred, and then XPW. He did like a bunch of shit that
Right.
the middle
And he was-
weekend of December.
I feel like he was announced for one of them.
Is he
Circle
in
6.
France?
I heard he was in France and he dropped the ball out there. Not literally dropped the ball, but he dropped the New Year's ball.
Oh.
No.
He like flipped the switch.
Yeah, it's just like,
Yeah, he's
I
huge
know,
in
that's
France.
That's what you get when you're the undisputed king of the death.
Yeah, they that's a little known fact that it's like those weird
And
bands from the
his
neighborhood.
his squad won. His squad, Bobby Beverly won the Circle 6 King of the Death match.
I think there's a lot
Bob.
going on in between the family of 440.
Wow. So Bob won. Wait,
And
did
what
Bob
color
win
is
Tournament
Bob?
of Death this year?
No, Big
The
Joe,
Bobby.
Big fucking Joe won Tournament of Death in 2023.
So Bob won Tournament of Death in the last Tournament of Death that there was.
In 2022. And he beat Mickey Knuckles in the final.
No, in 2023. That was this past October, wasn't it?
No, Big fucking Joe won this.
Right.
The newest one
Yeah.
with the chickens. He had the chickens.
He had the chickens. The
Salmonella.
salmonella.
Mickey
boxing.
Knuckles.
match.
Mickey Knuckles lost. Well, she was in the finals both years, but Bobby Beverly won in 2020.
So Bobby Beverly is yellow.
The Bev.
Bobby
Bev-
Beverly with
beverage.
Atticus
The
in the yellow
beverage.
with Otis and also Eric,
So who's blue?
Ricky
That's
Shane,
Dick.
and he has a
Gregory
couple,
Gregory is blue,
Uh-huh.
isn't he?
and I think there's a couple of young proteges, which I
Isn't Eddie only blue? Isn't
I
Eddie
don't
only?
think- I don't think Eddie only exists.
Yes, he does.
He's existing
Eddie only
wrestling.
exists.
He exists.
Yes, I don't know if he is wrestling.
I
but know
haven't
he
seen
exists.
him on a screen in a long time.
I seen
So
a picture of him
Ricky-
recently.
Ricky has the young boy crew. He has the young lions crew of Ufaro. He's Mother
Yes.
Goose.
He's Mother Goose, exactly. And he was like,
And these
the
are all
whole-
his little.
the whole
chicks.
time he was screaming at Atticus that he didn't want this for him. Okay, he kept calling him kid.
I'm seeing that the Beyond match at midnight was Alec Price versus Cruel. Fans bring the weapons.
Well, that must have
Cruel
been
is
for the IWGP
everywhere,
That
dude.
title.
sounds lit.
Right?
Rules-
Yo, that's what I'm
rules
saying.
everywhere.
They know how to
That's
throw a.
lit,
They know how to throw
bro.
a show.
That's
dude.
fun.
Yeah.
Bro.
That's
Oh,
fun.
wait, so
I'm
was
dying to
it-
go
was
to a
this-
show over there.
Was
Cruel
it-
and Alec Price.
and the SPO Battle of the Tough Guys was at 4 in the afternoon.
That
on
was
this day,
two.
correct?
That was 2 shows. It was like a 16-man tournament.
Huh?
They have
And yeah,
more
it-
shows in Worcester than they did in AC.
That show, and it was definitely the.
Well, it was
the-
Restival. It was the Restival, Sean. It's
was
the
a-
Restival.
Rest of us.
And
Just
Restival
the
is like
rest of
Festivus
it.
for the Festivus.
I don't
Yeah.
even know. Is that like that's like
It's like it's
a con?
basically like
convention?
like the collective during Mania, but just for we got the White Eagle Hall. Give me content for IWTV. Slots. Fans buy a package. You can see it all, and it's
Just stay
like
there all
yeah,
day and get fucked up.
Yeah, and there's
Hell
a
yeah.
dispensary right over across the motherfucking street. It's a bar downstairs.
Sounds like a long day.
It is a very long day.
You need
So,
to
Brian,
sit.
did you watch this Alec Price versus Cruel?
No, I didn't. I only tuned in for the barbed wire, the no rope barbed
Cruel
wire.
is everywhere, dude.
Cruel is really everywhere.
He got Matt Tremont pregnant
Excuse
with
me.
his mask.
What?
You're an ass.
Matt Tremont's walking
What?
around with Cruel's as Cruel's baby, with Cruel's baby.
It reminds me of like an old school like DC villain mask.
Yeah, well, it's like a Bane, and
Which
Matt
Cru-
Tremont
yeah,
has the
which
Bane
one?
There you
jacket.
go.
Yeah,
Bane.
it's like a baby.
Yeah,
Bane had a gas mask.
Yeah, but
like
still,
Bane
come
from
on.
like the animated series. It was like up on the face.
Yo, you know what? New Year's resolution time. I think I'm gonna start getting into
Mask.
masks. Yeah, start wearing them out. Just like looking at masks. But I think that I'm gonna try to get into this Matt Tremont Cruel storyline. I'm gonna get into it. I'm gonna invest time and get into it.
Well, apparently, Matt Tremont is full into it and like goes heavily into the story while in his matches. Even when he has the mask off, he's like a different.
I'm sure he
he's like-
does.
he's like a different guy, right? Matt Tremont is not the Matt Tremont that we knew.
Something happens.
This is the Killdozer.
The Killdozer.
That's
You know what I enjoy most about what Matt Tremont does with his characters? He goes like full blown devoted to what he feels is perfect for it.
Yeah, he's
And
awesome.
there could be like 5 people in the crowd, there could be 10 people, there could be 50, but like he's really genuinely making you believe that he's a sick fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's great. He's great with his. He's just great. He's just fucking great. Shout out, Matt. 2024. Hey, speaking of crowd reaction, did you see that Zandig came back?
He was like in
that.
Teaneck, New Jersey, and he saved Johnny. What's his name? Johnny Shine, not Johnny Shine.
Something.
From
John-
the Backseat Boys,
Jimmy-
Larry. What's his name?
Johnny Cashmere.
Cashmere. I was
There you
way
go.
off.
Johnny
Sandy
Cashmere
came out and saved Johnny Cashmere from what?
from
A
Homicide.
beatdown. Yeah, from a
Homicide.
Sandig versus Homicide.
Yeah, well, he came out and he saved him.
Lucky 13 was on the show too. It was some new company.
You don't know the promotion?
New. Definitely a new promotion. It was in Teaneck, New Jersey at like 2:00 Saturday. And I was like, wow, this actually looks pretty cool. And look, Zandig was there. That would have been the show to be at.
That's a very interesting comment here by Colton. Yeah, I saw the clip. I was bedazzled.
Weird, right?
So Cruel won the Cruel won the IWTV title from Alec Price, and now Tremont faces Hoodfoot for the ICW title.
Seems like they're taking over everything on IWTV.
Well, they're doing a lot. I mean, they're IWTV does a lot of good production and shit.
Is there
what,
a
Pat, say it
dominant
again?
women's title?
There's none.
There isn't any, right?
Yeah, Pat, what did you say is going on with Hoodfoot and who?
Hoodfoot and Matt are fighting for the ICW championship title.
And Cruel is now the new IWTV
independent
champion.
wrestling television champion as well.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Winner, Hood and Tremont fighting in
And
England.
At some point.
No,
And
I
think about
it's
this.
month.
Blue and yellow make green.
Green.
There aren't enough storylines in pro wrestling. Also me. Or it's like me. There aren't enough storylines in deathmatch wrestling. Also me. Blue and yellow make green.
Talk about green. I got to see Little Guido, aka Nunzio, in a tag team match this past week, and he lit the crowd up. It's so cool to see the guys and girls from when we were growing up watching it still going out there and like putting 99% of their gas into that pedal and like going full throttle.
He's
Like he does not miss a step, bro.
he's half the age of Kevin Gill.
Who? Little Guido?
Yeah,
What's that?
63.
Well, what the thing about it is, Sean, is that similar to that movie The Wrestler, some of these guys like do it till they die.
Yeah,
And the
dude.
ones that do it till they die, like their mode of like going into the green light is on is like impeccable. Case in point, Tommy Dreamer versus CJ Bambino at that NYWC show that I did out in Westbury.
Right.
Okay, listen to that match I just said. Tommy Dreamer versus CJ Bambino. Okay, what is what? What? Bro, if that match was not like one of the best matches the entire night because Tommy just goes into that mode of like years and years and years and years and years of doing this shit, and it's impeccable. It's impeccable. So the kids and the people that bought their kids and the people that like wrestling are hooked on a Tommy Dreamer, on a Mikey Whipwreck, on a Little Guido match because these guys are the fucking masters of the craft.
Yeah, dude. It's like literally sitting down in front of like a librarian and her reading to you one of the like a freaking Narnia book, and you're like, who's jumping through the wardrobe to go find a lion? And it's like, wow, you guys are really stepping through the ropes to like deliver this at the age you are, at the level you do. Like Crowbar. Crowbar's another one, bro.
Who did Little Guido
100%,
fight?
100%.
First of all, did you announce him as Little Guido or Nunzio? Or Suzio?
Little Guido! It was Little Guido and Ray Jazz, the newly formed full-blooded Italians.
Right, of course.
Versus the now, Vic Delicious and Hale Collins. And then the Outlaw Tag Team Champions, taking matters into their own hands as always.
Who's that? The Audacity?
The Audacity.
Love them.
And the match wound up becoming a tag team match. And it was a triple threat tag team match. So now you got the FBI, the Now versus the Audacity. Mm-hmm. And the Now came out on top, and then a new Outlaw Tag Champion.
What?
Now, hold on, Sean. From one announcer to another. Did you ask Guido how he wanted to be announced? Did you ask him, or did someone smarten you up?
Well, this is my second time doing it. The first time, I called him Guido by mistake, right? And I did it like very Spanish, like because I'm reading it and I'm like in the mode. So I fucked up. So now this time around when I saw him, I was like, Little Guido. He goes, you know it, kid. So when they got out there, I did. Now making their way to the ring to team off Little Guido and Ray Jazz, the full-blooded Italians. And then when they got in, he did the shuffle with me. Like, he goes to like punch you in the gut. And I backed up into the corner. I was like, all right, I'm good. I did it good. He's happy. That was dope. He had this little spot where they took a keg and he was like drinking the keg and he turned full Little Guido. He was drunk on the outside.
Full-blooded Little Guido.
Yeah, it was dope.
Full-blooded Italians.
Did you know that Guido had a last name, Sean?
No, what is it?
I believe it's
Maritano.
Maritani or Maritano. Yeah, it's one of them.
There might be another like syllable in there. Mariantano. It's
because the gimmick is they're Sicilian. They're Sicilian, so they got the real fucking from over there last names. You know what I mean? Like that Genovese. And that fucking they got that shit. So I'm just saying that because like. Anytime that I get an opportunity to announce like one of those guys that have like a legacy, prime example. I got to announce Rey Mysterio one time in my life.
What?
One time. And because I knew that he originally went by Rey Mysterio Jr., the time that I got to announce him, I made sure to hit that Rey Mysterio Jr. as a legacy intro for all of us that remember that's what he was before WWE got him and just shortened him to Rey Mysterio.
What was his
so
response?
I was just curious to find out how you even got the naming. Like, did you walk up to him? Did you ask him? Did you do your research? Did someone smarten you up or how that came to be?
Nah, man. I fucked up last time. You told me, no, Little Guido. I was like, all right.
Now, what did you say the last time? You just called him Guido?
Guido, yeah.
Guido.
Yeah.
I try to give him like the the emphasis on the
The
name.
syllable.
Yeah.
I know.
But this time around it was magic, baby. It was gold, Jerry. It was gold.
And he did the like, I'll fuck you up, motherfucker.
Yeah,
You fuck
both
my
of them.
name. And you were like, oh, I won't fuck it up, sir.
I went, no,
I
whoa,
won't
whoa, whoa,
fuck it
whoa,
up.
whoa. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm so sorry.
He was like, all right, well, I'll still give it to you. And he went back to like getting ready, pulling up his tights and shit, right? And checking his pulling his
Little
fucking,
bounce.
yeah.
It was dope, bro. It was definitely dope.
Sounds
Yeah,
amazing.
the legends always kind of include the announcer and the ref in a little kind of like think homicide. You know, Pat.
Oh my
And you
God.
probably Sean.
Homicide,
All the
make
legends,
a
do
wish,
some
Pat,
sort
all
of
the
way
time.
Make
to,
a
like,
wish. He made a wish of me.
Yeah, or they'll put their arm on you,
Yeah.
lean on you like really heavy, and you're like, God damn, this is like a 250-pound guy leaning on me
You
while I'm trying to do
know,
my intro.
also who's
You
who's like every single time like makes you work for your dollar is fucking the Greek god Papadon, Larry.
Oh God, yeah, he does.
Who makes
Okay.
you got to sit on the ropes. Sean, have you ever announced Papadon on like the Outlaw pre-show or something?
I have not, no.
Yeah,
he hasn't even been on the pre-show?
well, no, I feel like he like came and like wrestled like a kid once, like one of his students, just because he's like a nice guy and it's like free
Oh,
booze.
Papadon needs to work
I think
out
the
in the
last
ring.
time he
likes
was
to
there,
work out
you
in the
announced
ring.
him.
Yeah, so but
Yeah,
it's
that's probably the
always
time you're thinking of, Pat.
sit on the ropes to like he goes, hey, get over here, and like sit on the ropes. So he gets in. Then it's like take his robe off. You know,
I like that part.
I'm sure you love it, Larry. You know, I mean, he's
that
toned.
part. I like that part.
For a 70-year-old guy, Papadon is toned. You know, he looks good.
70-year-old guy.
Those traps, that
Papadon
sleeveless
is-
duster.
Papadon is not no damn 70. He once fought Masada in CZW.
Oh yeah, Papadon's awesome, dude. But yeah, he always and it'll be like take off the robe, do the thing. Yeah, there's a lot of chicanery that goes on.
Old school.
I started not liking it.
Exactly.
It's like don't
Exactly.
fuck with me. Don't
Exactly.
don't come knock my hat off, please. Please don't come put
Well,
my
Pat,
hat on.
Look at you. You're a pencil neck geek. You're a pencil neck geek to the audience.
Yeah, please don't point
So
to my shirt, then flick up my face. I'm just over here trying to. You're a pencil neck geek. You're the original pencil neck geek, Larry.
I am.
Those glasses.
And
Yeah, with the
that's how I really
glasses.
got over in CZW with
Yeah.
Sammy.
You were
Bro,
the
where-
yelled at
geek.
me.
You were the nerdy.
Where did Billy Gunn take your head off? Where was that?
That was Maryland. That was MCW. That was Maryland. But they weren't MCW. They were called Fort Meade Championship Wrestling.
That was
And it was on a military base because somebody that was connected to the office of MCW had access to like an aircraft hangar for like just bringing people in to do a show. And once you're on the military base, you can do fire, you can do blood in Maryland, you can do a lot of things that you can't really do in Maryland. So we did a number of shows under the banner of Fort Meade Championship Wrestling, but they were actually MCW shows.
Mm.
And they brought in Billy Gunn, and Billy Gunn, yeah, I broke a clipboard over his head. And Jerry Lawler pile drove him straight to hell. And after Jerry Lawler pile drove him straight to hell, I jumped in the ring and I said, and you see what happens when you mess with the ring announcer? This is what happens when you mess with the ring announcer. And all you people are going to learn, just like how Billy Gunn learned, that when you come to Maryland, you will not mess with this ring announcer. I will stay on this microphone all night long and tell you people until the cows come home that I'm not the one to mess with. Of course, all this time, Billy Gunn is slowly getting up. None of this was discussed. Lads. All this time that I'm berating the crowd, and I'm like, yeah, you old lady over there, you're gonna respect me, or I'll come out there, I'll smack the taste right out of your mouth. Billy Gunn's coming up, holding his neck from the pile driver that Jerry Lawler just gave him, looking at the crowd, looking at me, pointing at me. Derek, the ref, goes, turn around, Larry. And I'm like, turn around, Derek. And I'm really reacting like, turn around. And I look, and there's Billy Gunn on the far side of the ring. And I'm like, I take the microphone to like say, what are you going to do? But by the time I go to lift it up, he's beelining for me. And I'm like, oh God. I'm about to get hit, but he doesn't have enough space to drop kick me. Like, he doesn't do a spear. So I just fucking stood there and I saw the clothesline coming and I bumped for it. And he hit me so hard and bumped me down so fast I flipped over myself. I turned ass over tea kettle and then I tried to get up and get out of the ring. But
Hey,
none of that was discussed. Yeah.
Hilarious, bro. So cool.
That's that's very funny. Hey, who's Bobby Starr?
Playboy Bobby Starr? Legendary Hollywood Bob Starr?
We're getting a $5 donation.
Oh, the Playboy. Bro.
From, I think this is your friend, Larry.
They're kids. Bro, Bob Starr is a legendary WCW Dwayne Gill. You understand what I'm saying? As there was WWF Dwayne Gill.
Starr.
Yes, bro. From Baltimore. Well, actually, he was Hollywood Bobby Starr, so he was from, Hollywood, California. Yeah, he was
Hollywood,
also
Maryland.
He was Hollywood. Yes, Hollywood, Maryland. He also was the NWO jobber. The NWO had one jobber, and it was Playboy Bobby Starr. He's a legend. Thank you, Bob, for the donation, brother. Happy New Year to you.
It's not Bobby Starr. It's Kazi Brown. KZ Brown.
KZ. KZ's watching. He watched last week when we got canceled.
Right.
Yeah.
KZ.
He wants an intro.
Thank you, KZ.
He's
wants
paying
an intro
$5
for me?
for a Bobby Starr intro.
A Bobby Starr intro. Let's hear it.
Okay, bro. How you doing this? Ladies and gentlemen, already in the ring from Hollywood, Maryland, Playboy Bobby Starr.
Hell yeah! I like how you changed it. I like how you changed it to already in the ring.
I like the already in the ring.
Bro, that's what he was.
Already.
Come on, guys. He ain't coming down. Playboy ain't coming down, brother. He's in there.
Hell
No
yeah,
disrespect, Bob. But no,
awesome.
He's a legend. Just type in Hollywood Bob Starr, Playboy Bobby Starr
Versus Lex Luger.
Whoever, bro.
Yeah.
Whoever. He fucking fought everybody.
Hell yeah.
Getting Steiner line.
So what we were talking about Jun Kasai versus throwback Nick Gage. Nick Gage went into his death gear. He wore his white and red Michael Jordan death gear. Now, explain to me the origins of this match. Was this a surprise? Was this a midnight surprise?
It's been booked for a while.
It's been heavily promoted since Jun Kasai appeared and ran in last time.
I think they probably
last
call
time
it
there was
tournament of Tournament of Survival?
Art of War.
Yeah, where Jun Kasai came in and fucked up Rina Yashimata.
He challenged Nick Gage there, so it's been since then that this has been building. But I'm gonna say Nick Gage this is the best he's looked probably since that Chris Jericho match. As far
He didn't look very good in that Chris Jericho match, actually.
Well,
he had crazy eyes.
He looked
as far as like
pale
his
and
weight,
skinny.
I would say that fit is better than fat.
What have I become?
He looked more fit than fat. He didn't look chubby. He looked like he's been training and working hard to do for this match that he had with Jun Kasai.
Sean, you didn't see it, Sean? I feel like this would be one you wouldn't miss.
I have a second.
I have yet to see it.
I have a second apology to issue, actually. Old school, first time, maybe first ever Bullies fan.
Urka?
Jay Finn, even pre-Urka days. Jay Finn, is heavily involved in the GCW community. He's the kid who always high fives Nick Gage. Nick Gage is his best friend.
Okay.
And I'm going to be honest with you, I screen recorded some of Jay Finn's footage and posted it on YouTube Shorts without Jay Finn's permission. So I've since taken down the video, and I want to issue an apology. But in the video, there was basically maybe 2 minutes of Jun Kasai and Nick Gage hitting each other tube for tube, tube for tube, tube for tube, 2 tubes for 2 tubes. 2 tubes, 2 tubes. Kept going on and on and on, and I just found it very, very funny. I mean, it was awesome. Like, there's a point where it goes on.
Rabid?
What?
The crowd was rabid.
Was the crowd rabid?
They loved it. They fucking loved it.
Was Mittens there?
I believe he was.
Mittens was in the front row.
The crowd was much smaller for Aftermath than it was the previous night at the NGI 8.
It typically is that way, though, Brian.
Well,
I've
you know, I
noticed
was-
when they do the double nights.
They got out of Dodge. Those people got out of Dodge, went to do Norm
Yeah.
shit. Went to
They
France.
They should have put the Jun Kasai match on the fucking on that card.
But then there was another.
The Kasai match was on Aftermath?
Yes,
It rang in the new year, Larry.
right. There was a much smaller crowd for it.
Of course.
That's what I'm. That's
Wow.
See, I don't like that. I like it that it's. I like that it was at the stroke of
Was
midnight.
Kasai on the first show? Was Kasai on that other show the night before?
no.
Wow.
But then also there's this
blows,
clip,
but whatever.
which,
I don't care.
by the way, you got to question the strategy here. You guys know what I'm about to talk about. You know the Nick Gage thing that he does where he does like the middle rope twisting elbow drop?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of his
Beta
signature
bomb.
moves.
The Gage
signature
bomb.
move.
Gage bomb.
Signature move. Signature move.
Yeah, it's one of his sigs. He does it to the outside, and basically there's like a contraption and construction of like tubes, glass, and Jun Kasai is laying under this thing, and like chairs mixed in somewhere as well.
Yeah.
It's like a 4-layer fucking Big Mac thing,
Double decker of ultraviolence.
on the-
Double-decker
on the
of
outside,
ultraviolence,
right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Gage does the Gage bomb, like like from the apron to the outside,
Yeah.
and it's just really questionable strategy because his whole entire body went through all 4 layers.
It's
Well,
a
Pat-
very. You go, Larry.
Go
Well,
on.
I'm
No,
gonna
you go,
say
Brian, you
it's
go.
very it's similar to what RSP does in the match with Matt Tremont, where he does the suicide dive through the tubes that are
No,
surrounding
but with
the
the
ring.
tubes, to go through a few tubes because you want to risk it all and dive and bring the glass with you, that could be, you could consider that
That's what Gage is doing.
no, that's like a
he's
that's like a
risking- he's
that's like a
risking
Hail
all to-
Mary. What
It's a Hail
Gage
Mary,
did, what Gage did was just really very questionable.
I would say it's
Well,
that
can
on
I?
steroids.
Can I?
Yes, please.
Can I?
Yes.
It is what is known as a kamikaze maneuver.
Okay.
Where you know that the offensive maneuver that you're going to inflict damage on the person is also going to inflict damage upon you, but you're just like desperate.
You gotta
And you're
go
like,
for it.
I can't fucking beat this guy. I'm gonna just hurl my motherfucking move at him through all this.
Yeah, I'm
It's a
not gonna lie.
kamikaze move, you
I
know?
love
Speaking
it.
of
That was
Ricky
one of my-
Shane
that was
Page
probably my favorite
earlier.
part.
Speaking of Ricky Shane Page, excuse me. Speaking of Ricky Shane Page,
Dick
earlier,
Page.
say that 9 times.
Dick.
And Nick Gage right now reminds me of Tampa when they went at it and they had the scaffold, but they also had this like weird contraption on the outside.
Oh,
that
you
was
know,
like-
he did the Gage bomb then too? Yeah.
Yeah, he did the Gage bomb then too.
It wasn't
I mean,
as intricate as this one.
it
This
wasn't.
one had more devices.
Yeah, this one, I think the one you're
that he
talking
went
about was
through.
just like a glass, like a double
like
glass.
pane,
A
like
glass
couple
bottom,
panes.
glass
Yeah.
bottom boat.
I'm
Still fucking
appreciating it
insane. There
a
might have been
lot.
like a net too or something.
I appreciate it a lot because these are the matches that you actually like really like the build up for and you enjoy being there for it. With Ricky Shane Page actually announcing he has 10 opponents, I do see them returning at some point to finish that story with Gage and Page.
You know, it was another really, really good match that happened this weekend was Matt Justice versus Homicide for the
Dude,
Circles.
I saw that picture of Matt Justice jumping off the balcony onto Homicide, bro. I gotta see
Yo, that building looks dope.
Yeah.
That whole the tournament was awesome. I
So
thought it
is
was
that
good.
Don Quixote?
That's
That is
Don Quixote.
Quixote.
Don Quixote.
I'll be
They were calling
honest,
it
that's
Don
a dope
Quixote.
it's a dope venue.
Don
Yeah, that's the
Quixote.
venue that Rob Black and XPW originally secured as being the venue after the Derby Room.
Right.
And then someone was like, oh, we can't have you in there with all that death shit. And Rob Black was like, so we're not going to be there. But then Circle Six was like, we're going to be there with all that death
$1 billion
shit.
backer. That's the power.
There's been talks of cock blockage. There's been talks of cock blockage from Circle 6 to XPW.
Is this the same building that they ran the one that we watched on YouTube as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's just so interesting because the photos and like the fan cams,
Bro, wild. Looks like
We're
a whole
on-
different place.
yeah, it looks really, really nice. Like that ceiling and
With the
it
disco
looks
ball.
it just looks beautiful. And then
Dude, their
to
production
see it on
is just
stream,
on point.
it's like that doesn't really capture the charm of the building. You know what I mean?
will say for a packed crowd at the Circle 6, it was still rather quiet, which was weird. Like they kept saying it was a sold out
Brian,
show.
the Ministry of
Well-
Fan Volume over here.
It's important. It's important to me. It's an
Well, Brian-
important factor to dude. If you watch the GCW show, I'm gonna say NGI 8 had the most insane crowd from beginning to end. Just insanity, loud and yelling.
Who
and,
won the Nick Cage Invitational 8?
Miedo Extremo?
Oh,
It was John-
Tournament of Survival 3 winner.
It was John Wayne Murdoch versus Miedo in the finals.
Oh.
And then
Pat,
Miedo-
you know your GCW history. I wasn't even Tournament of Survival 3. I was gone by. That was my gone by. But you were there with Ed O'Mac. That was at Starland Ball.
Yeah, that was with Ed O'Mac because Low Life
Yep.
Louie was vomiting. Hey,
Friend
speaking of
the
Low Life
Bullies,
Louie,
yeah, go ahead, go right into it.
he got announced for XPW in fucking
What
Newark,
does it take
baby.
to be number one? Because 2 is not a winner, and 3 nobody remembers. Hey, what does it take to be
Number
Number
one.
one.
Yeah.
Am number one.
I'm like
Louis is
spinning
the total-
Motorola, no service out of your range.
I
Yeah.
am number
Yo.
one.
His post
Louis
about
is a
the
total-
haters made me hyped too.
He's a total South Park deathmatch character.
I love him. I
That's
wonder if
cool.
they're angling towards what we no longer have the power to do since we are, blacklisted from most things now.
I don't think who said that.
You know,
Do what?
we
What are they gonna
we wanted to run,
We'll do it, Tony. We'll do
we
it.
wanted to
We're still gonna do
conjoin.
that. We're still doing that. Don't even say we're doing that.
I wonder if they're
We're doing
angling
that,
for.
Pat. No. Don't even. Speak
Well,
it
if they
into
aren't
existence.
already,
Moving
Brian's
on.
probably gonna blabber our plans.
Oh jeez. This is a new year, guys.
Yeah, a new year that started with you FaceTiming Roberto Negro. I didn't even get a FaceTime from you.
Yes, you did. I did FaceTime you.
Yeah.
I know.
motherfucker.
I don't even
I'm kidding.
remember.
I'm
I don't
kidding.
even remember.
I was-
I FaceTimed all you group chat.
You
fucks,
kept
dangerous
FaceTiming me
breed.
when I was in bed.
Right.
It was a good New Year. I wish we were all together. I did like a swanky thing. It's like it was kind of wasted on me, but I ate well. I drank well. I FaceTimed you guys. It was
You were sending
beautiful.
us delicious pictures of food.
Yeah.
Food pictures. Delicious food pictures.
So don't fucking spoil our plans with FaceTimes, Brian. Okay? Don't divulge your good take, Bri. Now, 2024, baby, we're doing it. And by the way, appreciate everybody watching. Appreciate everybody who showed support last week.
Let's show the giveaways again. Let's
show the giveaways,
again.
Brian.
Show the giveaways.
If you want to support the
Oh,
channel, you can
mine's
become a
in there
member.
too.
You can
Mine's in there too.
also buy merchandise on
Mine's in there too.
BoulevardBullies.BigCartel.com.
Mine's in there too. Mine's in there too.
Blum, blum, blah, blah, blah. That's a photo of The Office, signed Jim Halpert,
Yeah.
Pam Beasley,
That's right.
Stanley.
Steve Carell.
Stanley's in there. The guy, Kevin. I distinctly see Kevin in that photo.
You guys had mentioned the movie The Wrestler before. Are you guys up on the deathmatch drama about what's going on with TNT and their DOA tournament?
Yeah.
What does that mean? What does that have to do with the movie The Wrestler?
Well, because
Fuck it up.
Necro Butcher
Fuck
was
it up,
pulled.
Brian.
Necro Butcher got pulled from the tournament. We spoke about this last week on the episode that won't be mentioned, but he got pulled from the tournament because of the fan
Oh, wait a
backlash.
second. Stop. It's true. Cyclope won TOS 3. It's the other guy.
Damn, Pat,
so
you
Miedo
just be up here. You know what you are, Pat? You're the father of confusion.
Miedo Extremo won this year.
Yeah, Cyclope
In
won
2023.
TOS 3. Cyclope. All right, go on, Brian.
Right. So Necro Butcher was scheduled to fight at the DOA for TNT in the UK. They pulled him because of fan backlash, and now Mickey Knuckles, Schlack,
Yes.
Big
Schlock.
fucking Joe,
Yes.
and the Iceman have also pulled from the show to
Chuck Liddell?
stand in unity with the Necro Butcher.
Solidarity.
Stand in
Yes.
solidarity, right?
Yes, it's Chuck Liddell.
The Iceman Chuck Liddell.
Yeah.
Not chocolate milk. Not chocolate milk. It's the ice.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
UK original.
Guess what?
I know.
Hey, guess what?
Yo.
That's breaking news with Brian. Remember the giveaways?
Yeah.
You mean
I'm gonna put this
from-
one in there too. I'm putting this one in there too. This one goes too. That's another giveaway this week, New Year.
Legacy
Giveaway for
sale.
Larry. Look, yeah, legacy free giveaway. This is Indianapolis. It's a 8x10. It's
Legacy
signed
giveaway.
already. Yeah, but
So
you're gonna
what you get?
Look,
All you have to do.
Look at
You know what?
all of this
Maybe we're gonna
stuff.
do 3. Maybe we'll do 3 prizes.
you know what? Yeah.
Maybe we'll do 3. But basically, all you have to do is
You're
comment
getting-
on this video after it's done on YouTube. And the first 3 people that we pull out of the Newport box will win the cannoli can that started our downfall.
That's right. That too.
Bless you.
Sean, you should
Larry's
put something in this
too.
shit. It's a new year.
I'm looking around. I don't have
Ready?
anything up here. I don't.
Larry's
I really don't.
Legacy 8x10s of
Signed by multiples.
signed by multiples, including Jim Halpert and Pam Beasley, The Office, Scranton, Pennsylvania. That's where that photo was taken. And Brian, what giveaways do you have?
I have the XPW Rebirth Fan Pass
Signed by Brian.
signed by Roberto Negro and his
Brian,
childish
you're on
nature.
thin ice as it is. You better not have
Jesus
signed that
Christ.
yourself. If that
You
comes
signed
out,
that
we're fucking
yourself.
finished.
Drew Parker, Seyazawa postcard from Japan, from Seyazawa.
Oswald.
And the goddamn news
Come on.
written by myself.
The
Written
By
scripts,
his damn
My
self.
scripts written by my goddamn self.
undated.
Undated.
Play your own
Undated,
game at
it doesn't
home. Match
matter.
them up with
Are
the
they
videos.
typed or are they
All right.
written?
Chat
Are they
GPT.
I
Chat
typed them.
GPT.
Okay, you
Typed by my
typed
own
them.
fingers.
So
Typed
then
by
why
my
don't
own
you
fingers.
just photocopy them and send them?
Chat
Why?
GPT.
Why? Because
That would
I'm
make them
going to-
legacy. That would make them photocopied
They get
legacy.
original copies. They get the
Okay.
original copies.
Oh, Pat, hold on real quick. Jibby last week was in like a big tournament, a holiday classic tournament that they hold in Jersey.
The
And they bring-
Continental Classic.
Oh, that's
bring
where
in-
Eddie Kingston put his money where his mouth was, and
Yeah,
he's the
at
Ring of
Jimmy's
Honor
tournament.
champion.
Of the Continental Classic.
And he's the-
yeah.
okay, go-
Jimmy's
go on,
Continental Classic.
So he played this team from like Boston. Supposedly they're like top 10 in the nation. His team didn't wind up winning, right? But then like we're there and like I feel bad. I'm like, fuck, man. This poor kid, like played his heart out. Now they're announcing the like trophies for the tournament. Homeboy was the MVP of the entire tournament.
Wow.
The only person up there taking pictures with the winning team that's not a part of it. I was like, look at this guy. Look at this guy, Daniel LaRusso over here.
The Iceman, Chuck Liddell.
The Iceman. Jib LaRusso.
Nice.
Yeah, so shout out to
Jib
Jib.
the Iceman.
Jib the
Shout out
Iceman.
Jimmy. I'm clapping for that.
Like 6'7" now.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he's
Wore
got
a
a size
size
14
15
shoe.
shoes.
Yeah.
I went 15.
That's
He's
right.
a
Oh,
grown
all right.
boy. Probably 15 by now, Pat.
Tell him he's got athletics. Basketball is his only option because otherwise he's just going to be like a tall guy who can't like fit into stuff
Yep. That's
with no
what he's
sports.
doing.
Maybe we can hit up Slava.
Next is baseball.
Brian,
What?
what are you saying?
You know what big feet needs?
Bigger socks.
Right. Sorry.
Brian, that's fucking disgusting.
Wow, Brian,
Oh,
you're taking it all the way to the extreme.
You're
on the
done.
first episode, bro.
You're done.
You're
Go take
talking
your
about
Christmas
this
tree
man's
down right
son.
now. You don't deserve any more holiday cheer.
Yep, that's it.
Yo, Brian, me and that Christmas tree, it's on site. If I come over your apartment and that shit's up, I'm tearing it down.
Yo, shout out Satu Jin making his debut in Cork and Hall, all the way over to Japan. Satu Jin's got a lot of value, and whenever anyone gets a shot overseas, I think it's great. So, yeah, I'm glad he got there, and I'm glad he got there. It looks like on his own. Him,
It's crazy.
Akira,
It's crazy to see
Yeah.
those matchups that they're doing, the different tag
Yeah.
teams. Like fucking
yeah.
Who
Wow.
got their
Shout out
ass
Satu Jin.
skewered?
Brian.
AJ Gray.
AJ Gray got his ass skewered.
That wasn't AJ Gray. That was Journey Fatu.
Oh, you're right. Sorry. My bad.
Get it right,
Yeah,
Papa.
I was gonna say there is no fucking way that AJ Gray would agree to that And if someone did that to him, he would fucking kill them.
Well,
right there
in all
the ring.
honesty, I mean, the guy
spot was the stink face spot.
the guy
and
revealed
he-
his butt cheeks.
He dropped it. He had the Rikishi tights on, and he wound up getting a nice ass cheek full of skewers. That's what it looked. That's what I took away from the clip.
Yeah, that's pretty
fine,
much. You
but
pretty
it
much
wasn't
nailed
no
it.
goddamn AJ Gray. He ain't taking nothing up his
Well,
backside, y'all.
AJ Gray made it to the finals and was a beast that whole fucking tournament.
I'm sure he was. Circle Six is AJ Gray's redemption of like GCW being like, you're out. Because he was the man of GCW. He was the one who did the whole for the culture shit and, you know, and they got he's controversy. So now he's got to be like, he's going hard.
His
on
bounce back
Circle
is
Six.
crazy right now.
Hell
Well,
yeah.
You guys
The
carry
last-
on.
The last thing that I remember him doing in GCW was
What
the
are you
fucking.
gonna go do?
I'm getting a delivery
What
of.
the fuck are you gonna
I'm
go
gonna
do?
go. I'm getting a delivery of cannoli beers. I'll be right back. Carry on, gentlemen.
He used to get his cannoli beers.
You know, this shit makes me sick. Makes me fucking sick. All right, Brian, you take over. What do you want to talk about?
Trying to think of what else happened.
Let's talk about
Well,
mainstream.
did you
What about
see the,
mainstream?
well, I want to. Did you see the funny spot where the two girls? It was Risa, Sarah, and Charlie Evans. They did the spot where they were going to break the tubes over their heads, but then the tubes didn't break.
I did not see that.
Did you see it, Sean?
Nope.
It took Risa Sierra three tries.
And where was this?
It was the aftermath. But
Wow.
the match was good. I think Sarah, is it Risa Sarah? Risa Sarah. She's dope. And also Jane Emerson was dope during the tournament. I enjoyed her showing.
Nice.
You guys did watch
Yeah.
it. You wouldn't know.
I didn't even know when it was going on. Like what day was it going on? Saturday when I was
It was
out
all-
shaking my ass?
All the tournaments were Saturday, and then Afterbirth and the
So on Saturday, I went to see Ryan McBride, longtime Maryland mainstay, close out his career. Of course, I was late to the event, so when I arrived, he was like making his speech in the ring. But it was kind of like a nice big event to close the year. And afterwards, we had a holiday party, much like Pat's holiday party on Sunday night or whatever it was. So
it's awesome.
yeah, I wasn't watching anything, and also ever since all the scuttlebutt that we talked about at the very beginning of the show, I kind of been avoiding. Like it's been kind of nice to like not look at shit, Like I kind of was tuned in, cheated, saying a lot of shit, but now it's like you guys don't want to hear anything from me. You guys don't really want to hear anything from me. So I really haven't even been looking at anything or participating because I don't feel like it. I don't feel like it.
That's why I hung with the norms.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Rockets in,
Yeah.
right?
I fucking put my phone in my pocket.
Afternoon delight.
Fucking hung
Now
out
we
with
should
the
all harmonize. Afternoon delight.
So, Brian, did you talk about the light tube spot, the double head?
I did.
How'd you know? You were listening.
I knew that the second I left, he was going to talk about that.
Well, that's because Larry threw it to me, and it's the only thing I could think of really quickly.
I said, and my suggestion was that we talk about mainstream a little. Like, how about The Rock?
I didn't know until you told me.
I didn't know until my coworker told me.
Did you see it, Sean?
The Rock. You're damn right I did.
I knew you did. Come through, doctor. Give us the rundown.
I thought it was gonna be Batista. I didn't think it was gonna be Andrade. I didn't think it was gonna be Mercedes Monet. I honestly thought it was gonna be like Batista, like one of the big guns.
I heard Batista was the name. I heard Batista was a heavy favorite. I heard Andrade was a heavy favorite.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as Jinder came out, I knew it wasn't about him, and I knew it wasn't about a tag team that he was going to be promoting to bring to Raw because they tried it before, it didn't work. So then as soon as I looked at Jimmy, I said, they're using him as bait. So he gets into the ring, he starts doing the whole America spiel, and it's very old school, very like I'm bringing somebody back to show you they still got it. And it's not going to be just us talking, going back and forth, and then we'll close by me saying a nice catchphrase, but it's going to be physical. It was very old school, like 96 WWF. Kind of like how when they brought in Mark Henry and he beat up Jerry the King Lawler. You knew something was going to happen.
Ultimate Warrior and he brought up Jerry the King beat up Jerry the King Lawler.
You knew something was going to happen.
Jake Roberts and he beat up Jerry the King Lawler. Key factor here is Jerry the King Lawler, November 29th, brethren of me and Sean.
Yep. So I knew something was going to happen, but I wasn't expecting the culmination of what it was. And it was basically, a nice spine buster spot with a people's elbow, sends him out the ring. And it's usually a music cue, but he grabs the microphone and he goes, San Diego, I'm hungry. I got to go get myself something to eat. Now, when I go out, should I go sit in the booth? And everybody's like, what is he talking about? San Diego, should I sit at the bar? Now everybody's popping because this guy's about to promote new tequila, right? I was like, yeah, I sure do love a drink. Or should I sit at the head of the table? Crowd goes crazy. I was like, wow, they really went old school nostalgia with it. So if you kind of look at what we have right now in the mix, we're a couple weeks away from the Rumble. Not only do we have this generation's of superstars, but we have the superstars of the 2010s, and then we have a little taste of the Attitude Era. So we're very fortunate right now to have the generations of WWEF superstars together making something dope for when Mania rolls into Philly. Everybody's gonna go buck wild.
Dude, the only thing that would make it even better is if they got Mayor Kane to put the fucking red shit on and come out there. Have you seen how
he looks?
Not good?
Bro, not good. The dude looks like he's in his early 40s. He's jacked.
Bro,
I'm not sure if he can
adrenochrome.
Bro.
I'm not sure if he's, he can run down the ramp the way he used to, but the dude
he ain't gonna run nowhere. He's the mayor. There's no run.
He's jacked. I haven't seen this guy this big since maybe Mania 18 in that triple threat match. That's how big he is right now.
He's training.
The Rock's fucking corny.
He kind of bullied Jinder Mahal yesterday. Kind of reminded me of Blvd Bullies.
He always comes out and tells him to shut up, bitch, or some
was it a violent? Was it a violent altercation?
It was.
People's elbowed him.
People's elbowed him.
The whole thing around it was kind of very political. It was America this, you guys are this. Jinder was doing very old school, Iron Sheik like behavior.
It's always been that.
And then he came out. He's like,
he was making a lot of solid points.
And then he did his own rendition of "And the Rockets Red Glare." Genders and da 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 da.
That's kind of offensive that he.
And then it was just old school, and that's what they go towards. And they got those fans back. So it's like, oh wow, Rock is back, and he just announced that he just combined the U.S. Football League with the XFL, making the United Football League. So it's like there's a lot of promotion going on right now, and he's gonna come into the Rumble.
Yeah, a lot of leagues.
He'll wrestle a match in the Rumble, and I don't think he'll be at Mania. I think he'll be at the Rumble though.
In the Rumble, or
he'll
just wrestle?
He'll be in the Rumble this Friday. AJ versus LA Knight versus Randy Orton. Winner of that goes on to the Royal Rumble to face Roman for the title. So that's already set in stone.
Wait, who? AJ versus Randy versus LA Knight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the winner of that goes on to face Roman at the Rumble.
Excuse me, has Randy Orton ever fought The Rock one-on?
Randy and The Rock, no. The only time they actually tied horns, there was no one-on. Only time they tied horns was at Mania 20. Only time they tied horns.
20. That's The Rock and Sock versus...
It's amazing. 2 second-generation, third-generation superstars like them have never fucking touched.
Nope. Hi, this is what has happened to the Blvd Bullies.
Well, they've wrestled in tag matches, because I remember at WrestleMania 20 it was the Evolution versus...
We just said that a moment ago.
You just said that, Brian. You're like Brian Fantana from Waffle Anchorman.
Sorry.
Are you kidding?
It's okay.
We literally just said that 1 moment ago. Hey guys, this is what you've done to us. They got us. So now we talk about WWE.
Is saying that he thinks Rock is going to be at the Chamber. The Chamber just so happens to be in France this year.
Australia, I heard.
Australia, Perth.
No, Eric Ryan is vacationing in France.
Eric Ryan's vacationing.
The Elimination Chamber is in Australia. Yeah, you
Think-
got
think
to
they're gonna use Joel Bateman?
Backlashes in France.
That'd be
That's
awesome.
what I got messed up.
backlash and
But
never
yeah,
crying.
man. Dope stuff happening over there. And AEW is just AEW. Did you see Edge almost killed Nick Wayne?
The fire.
Bro, that was wild. That poor
Yeah.
kid
What did you do?
Oh, Larry, all right. I watched
ahead.
I watched this, and it was Edge and Christian in a no holds barred matchup for the TNT Championship. But very stupidly, well, I'll get to that later. But so at the very end of the match, because Nick Wayne and his mother are aligned with Christian, and Christian is like Nick Wayne's new father figure. And so they're like helping out Christian. So at the very
His
end,
father's dead.
because his father's dead, right? Exactly. So they set up a table like they did in WrestleMania 2002 or whatever the fuck with Edge and Mick Foley. The spear through the flaming table.
Yes. The great footage. Yeah.
The amazing, perfect.
That John Oliver on his WWE expose used that footage.
So they set that up, and they do the lighter fluid, dude, and the thing goes up, right? It's looking great. Something else happens. I guess like it's gonna be set up where now the tables have turned, and Edge has avoided the thing, and they've teased the spear, but Edge has slid under the bottom rope, and he's gonna power bomb Nick Wayne.
Christian.
Nick Wayne, not even Nick Wayne is gonna take them up. Not even Christian, dude. That's what I'm saying. It's just already so fucked. So like Nick Wayne lights it, gets on the apron. Now he's gonna get it. So Edge goes to powerbomb or whatever, and by the time he slides under, the shit is completely out. The fire has completely gone out.
It sounded like it would have been out with all the shit that you're saying.
There's nothing. So then
Not
Edge,
even an ember.
So Nick Wayne is selling on the apron for this entire time. Keep this in mind. He's like, and Edge gets the lighter fluid, douses the table, like gets the other one. There's nothing left, but he's trying to get it out. He's dousing the table. He finally lights it again. Somehow it goes up again, and like he knows he needs to act quickly, so he just grabs this poor fucking kid,
naps him,
and slams him as hard as he can through the table. But like he slams him so like his butt hits, and the table topples over, and Nick Wayne like lands on his head, and the table doesn't break, and it's like on fire.
Oh my god!
It was crazy. It was crazy.
Yeah,
it wasn't the fire that almost killed him. It was the fall of the table.
The bump.
Yeah. I mean, he overshot him. I think he saw that it was like
awesome.
too close for comfort. Like I think like if that table's gonna go out with the flames, you need to be coming in with a high impact.
Yeah, he just
like
overdid it.
Power bomb from. He would have his whole back would have caught fire. So he snapped him. He hits like the top corner.
Nah, he had like the flame retardant jacket on.
Yeah,
he was fine. The kid was fine. He did land on his head though, which was insane.
That was a wild bump.
And then Larry, just so you know, because I don't want to step on the lead for our flagship show, Here Comes the Lame, Thursdays at 8 p.m., where Joe and I talk about all the wrestling goings on in the mainstream world. But also, just to let you know, the finish of the match was that Edge powerbombed Nick Wayne, got in the ring, hit Christian, near fall, and then submitted him or something like that. He fucking pinned him. 1, 2, 3. Edge wins the TNT Championship, right? But what you don't know is that during the pre-show, Kill Switch, formerly known as Luchasaurus, is
wait, his name is Kill Switch.
His name is Kill Switch.
Bro, he was rebranded by
I was like, wow,
Killswitch.
Kill Switch and Gage.
And he doesn't. He looks the same. He's just like Kane Luchasaurus, and they call him Kill Switch. It makes no sense, but he said he still dresses like a dinosaur. So that guy won the pre-show 20-man battle royal to determine who can get a shot at the TNT Championship anytime, anywhere. It just so happens. Yeah, it just so happens that he's in Christian's crew. And it just so happens that Christian was right. You see what I'm saying? So Edge wins. Kill Switch comes down the ramp. Challenges Edge to a match. I think
beats Kaiju.
Yeah, beats Edge in one move, like choke slams him or something. wins the champion. No. I'm sorry. He gave the opportunity to Christian Cage.
His leader.
Wow.
Yeah, and then Christian Cage cashed it in, speared Edge, 1, 2, 3, won the championship back.
Well, that makes sense. That makes kind of sense.
I think Christian is reprising his 2005 WWE role where he was with Tomko. You remember that?
Yes.
And it was just very ruthless, very just all about me. And I'm not gonna stop till I get what I want. It kind of sucked that we didn't see it in WWE.
Was tight as shit, bro.
This is definitely going to be a big turn for Kill Switch. I feel like they're building
Kill
that.
Switch.
So stupid.
Kill Switch. The guy was on Big Brother. Kill Switch.
He's stupid.
He's a talented dude. He's a fucking huge man.
They gotta get rid of
anybody his size to do what he does listen. You have what it takes. Cool, but the name Kill Switch.
Yeah,
that was Christian's fault.
It's not his fault.
How do you
canon,
know?
It's
his finishing move.
Fault.
That's the name of his goddamn finishing move. It's goddamn Christian's fault. And eventually, Kill Switch will get pissed off and go back to his Luchasaurus ways.
I don't even know if AEW is still going to be in business by the time the Edge Christian hug finally comes around. Like, you need them to like reform.
Yeah, you need for them both to on this day see clearly.
Any of you guys going to the show in Newark tomorrow?
Exactly, dude.
What's Dynamite?
Tomorrow's Dynamite in Newark.
Jeez, I can't even keep track of how many times they run.
Damn, Sean, I wish you would have told me that I got a plug at the Prudential tonight. I could took my godkids.
I just saw earlier today. I didn't know they
damn, bro, man, that would have been.
And I feel like
awesome.
every time they run at Prudential, I'm like, oh wow, they run here all the time. Next time I'm gonna go.
That's their Barclays.
And then it's like, oh well, it's next week. I'm like, oh well, that's not enough notice.
Bro, that makes me so tight. I wish I knew.
On this day, hey,
yeah.
We talked about
I'm not
RSP
like most girls
a lot on today's show.
Yo, she beat Becky Lynch last night on the first match of the year.
Who did?
Nia Jax.
Sean,
I'm not like
she's
most
not like
girls.
most girls.
Bro, she I ain't gonna lie, man. She did a crazy ass Samoan drop from the second rope. Like dropped her. I was like, damn.
Now, y'all, do you think that has anything to do with Dwayne being on the show?
Wow.
Yesterday I was like, there were 3 Samoans dominant on the show. You had Jey Uso, who tagged with Kofi Kingston to take on Imperium. Ludwig
New
Kaiser.
Gear for Kofi, by the way. New gear for Kofi.
New gear for Kofi. But people saying he left his gear at home because he wrestled in Travis Scott's. He never wrestles in Travis Scott's. But anyway.
Okay, continue.
During that match, real quick, Fabian Eichner was knocked out, like legit knocked out by a drop kick, hit the canvas, head whiplash, hits the back of the canvas. They're like, yo, match is over, Papa. So then he wins that match. I'm pretty sure he was supposed to lose. But before that, Nia wins the first match dominantly. And then after that, out comes The Rock. So it's like, yo, Samoans are taking over. But there's this side of the table. There's the other side of the table. At some point, both sides are going to meet.
2 sides of the same table.
Game of Thrones stuff. It's going to be good. It's going to be real good.
I feel like that the last time that Nia just all of a sudden popped up was at the Royal Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
And then right after that, The Rock popped up doing something or saying something on TV.
SmackDown.
Yeah. He's definitely repping for Anawai.
If you smell.
Hey, Brian, could you show this week's giveaways again? We got legacy items.
Hold on, me too.
The cannoli beer that started it all. We got the XPW and Seazwa passes. We have a signed autograph of the full cast of The Office, as well as
pieces of shit.
Another picture as well
of me from Indianapolis
and of Larry from Indianapolis.
Look at me back there. Look at me.
Well,
yeah. Pat, do you like hockey?
Giving it away.
No, why? What's happening in the hockey world, I guess?
Next month, for MetLife, there's 2 Stadium Series games. New York Rangers versus the Islanders. and then the Devils versus Philly. So I was thinking maybe you could get Joe from your flagship show over.
From the flagship show. Yeah.
And you bring him over from Philly. He can meet us over here in MetLife.
Wow.
And we could, we could do something. When do you usually see ice skating hockey in a football stadium?
Oh, you mean, yo,
Triple S,
I think they did that I guess like over New Year's Day.
Yeah,
and there's a Seattle team. Did you see this where they're throwing the
fishes?
I
watched the whole game.
Yeah,
Kraken.
So those outdoor hockey games are kind of fucking dope.
Don't they do a hockey game at Citi Field or Yankee Stadium?
Brian, we were just talking about that.
He said
a moment ago.
I thought he was talking about somewhere in New Jersey.
One of the first Stadium Series games was held in Yankee Stadium, but they finally bringing it to MetLife. It's a bigger setting, and it's 2 days in a row.
Yeah, MetLife is not what I was talking about. Damn it.
Hey, Brian.
Well, guess what? Nobody cares what you're talking about.
Brian, I can tell that you're chomping on the bit. Now, not counting us, chomping at the bit, chomping on the bit. I don't know. Brian, I can tell you're getting a little antsy. So not counting us, was there any deathmatch drama this week?
Well, I already spoke about it.
Oh, the standing in unison.
Yeah, that was the only really thing that I can think of besides the Chris Jericho thing, but I don't know if you want to get into that.
No, it's probably best if we don't.
All right.
Yeah, let's not touch that with a 10-foot pole.
But yeah, that Necro Butcher thing is more of a positive thing too. It's the locker room standing together. So I thought that was like a cool thing.
Hey, you know what happened? I'm sorry.
Was Drake on the Circle 6 show?
No, Drake's in Japan. He's doing his thing
in Japan. He's teaming with Kenta Kobayashi tonight, actually, in a tag team match.
Legendary shit.
Actually, this week, Drake Younger friend requested me on Facebook. Drake Wirtz.
Close personal friend.
Friend requested my personal.
You made him cry.
Well, and then I saw the photo of him and Necro Butcher at the hotel gym. And they were walking on treadmills, and I wonder if maybe Necro was like, oh yeah, you got a friend request this guy. This guy's a great guy.
Little pillow treadmill talk.
Yeah, a little treadmill talk. Who knows? Just a random friend request in Japan. The Necro Butcher. Necro Butcher did call our podcast stupid though, so.
I heard it in his voice when I read it.
He speaks his He's fucking awesome.
Yeah, hey, shout out Necro.
Shout out.
So what else is going on?
How about Chris Jericho? What a jerk. What a piece of work that guy, huh?
We just talked about that. We just mentioned that a moment ago. Come on. I couldn't help but think about the story of Chris Jericho that somebody who we know told me. Then they were in an elevator with Chris Jericho, and Chris Jericho smelled their hair.
It was my fiance.
Brian!
He smelled Amanda's hair?
Yeah, we talked about it on this very show.
Have we? I didn't know. Yeah. I didn't know if it was public domain.
No, we did. We've spoken about it.
Could you tell the story, please?
You basically just that was it. He was performing, and then
Fozzy
at a
was
show.
Performing.
Right, and then he was in the elevator and smelled my fiance's hair. Told her she had lovely hair.
It's not a crime, I don't think.
No.
Did he lean into her hair to smell it?
It's possible. I'm not sure.
What was the hand to lean ratio?
He might have done like a.
Irving has very tight elevators. I will say that.
We're not now. We're giving away the location. I was trying to be vague.
I didn't. I was with you.
Shout out to Jedi Joe, who is the co-host of the flagship show, Thursdays 8 p.m., who was in an elevator with Bailey and did not smell her. Did not attempt to smell her or smell her hair. So shout out Joe. That's why we're the flagship show, baby.
He got the Woody. That's why he didn't even smell her hair.
Oh, Sean, disgusting. God, see, I almost said Brian disgusted.
He compensated.
So used to.
He couldn't even smell. If he would have leaned in, he would have poked.
Couldn't even smell.
So yeah,
Larry, who have you been horny in an elevator with?
Donald Trump.
How the hell was that
Come on, Larry. Jesus
It was very
Christ.
quiet. I was looking at Melania.
Well, that's
Melania.
fair. That's fair.
Where were you, in the garden?
Uh-huh.
That would be the only place you like bump
Yeah,
into
like,
them,
where
right?
else am I gonna be?
Was that WrestleMania 20?
It was no, the one boxing match that I did the undercard for. The GGG Gennady
Triple G?
Vulcan. Yeah, Triple G Gennady Vulcan versus some other G guy. Yep. That was the one time she was hot, dude. I was like, who the fuck is this broad that this guy's with? She was
How was he
hot.
standing? If you could like show his like, if you could mimic his face on him standing, what is like an elevator face ride for Trump? Like, is it just like,
Well, I mean, he tried to. I felt like he tried to like get me to talk to him or ask for a picture or something because he was like, his bodyguard was on there too. It was me, Melania, him, and his bodyguard. He was like, he started going down. And he goes, "It was a good night of fights, wasn't it? Good night of fights." And like the bodyguard was like, "Oh yes, sir, Mr. Trump. Good night of fights." And then there was like a long quiet, and then like we got to the bottom, and then him and his bodyguard got out first, and then I got out.
parking lot, right?
I like didn't like watch him. I think he walked right to a car. I'm pretty sure he walked right to a car.
That's dope.
Yeah.
I took an elevator in the Barclays with one of the refs that he was from Impact, that Jeremy Barash brought him over. And it was
Rudy Charles. Rudy Charles.
Not Rudy Charles. Is it Rudy Charles?
I think it's
He's
Rudy
short?
Charles. Yeah.
So in Barclays, anybody could get on the elevator. Anybody could get on the elevator. So he just so happens to get in with a real like super duper Spanish family. Had to have been their first show. So I'm in the first floor, you go up like the bottom level, then you go up, then you go down. So you have to wait for your stop. So then the lady goes, "Oh my God, you a referee?" He goes, "Yes, ma'am, I'm a referee." She goes, "Come here, take a picture of my kids." She grabbed this guy like he was a family member, put him in a hole like this. I was like, "Come on." All kids took a picture with him. Every single one. Every single one. That was the most insane elevator ride I've ever been on, where I felt genuinely bad for the person because he was scared for his life.
That's why they try not to make eye contact with anybody.
Head down the whole time like this.
Yep.
I
They
was
try
like,
not to because they just don't
this
want to.
poor guy. He was like, "Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Okay."
Because they have to do that.
Yeah.
They have to be that way. Yeah.
Got to always avoid eye contact. Once you make eye contact, it's all downhill from there. You learn that on the NYC subways. Because if you look the crazy people right in the eyes, they start talking to you. You know.
That's when you gotta raise the eyebrow.
I just look away.
You gotta look as crazy as
Change cars.
Change cars.
MJF lost the belt to Samoa Joe.
Samoan Joe, and then Adam Cole revealed that he was the devil all along.
And Adam Cole has a new crew now.
The Undisputed Kingdom.
Which is comprised of
Matt Taven, what's his name? Mike Kanellis, Wardlow,
Mike
and
Bennett.
Roddy Strong. Mike Bennett.
You called him Mike Kanellis. His wife is Maria Kanellis.
It was a mistake.
I know, but you're basically like emasculating him being like the real man.
I apologize, sir. Not
I liked it. I liked it.
I kind of saw Wardlow and I was like, wow, another missed opportunity with Wardlow.
They kind of botched. They kind of botched revealing that he was there too.
Why is Wardlow in it?
He didn't need to be a part of it because
he hates Max.
He has a long.
It makes sense. I get it, but like it would have been more cool to see like them like have to team up, and it's like, yo, I don't want to team with this guy, and then you know what I'm saying? Then like. He'll team with him, and he'll help him just as much as he wants and as much as he can, and then eventually the blow off. Now you got to see him on the opposite side. Like it's like, all right.
And did you say Roddy is in the Kingdom too? He's in the Undisputed Kingdom as well.
Yeah,
but no Bobby Fish.
No Bobby Fish, and Kyle O'Reilly I think is still rehabbing. But Bobby Fish is taking bookings, but like nobody's like picking him up. Why? I don't know. He still could go.
Bobby Fish is a meme. He had that meme where, "Where's the lie?"
What was it about?
I don't know. Hey, to
punk.
close the show,
Oh.
we talked about RSP's last 10 wrestlers that he's going to fight in deathmatch. I think we should compile that list right now.
He definitely has to hit Japan. So who was the first person from Japan you think he would want?
Kasai,
Kasai.
Takeda, Kobayashi.
You think it's going to be multiple people from multiple different countries?
Possibly. I see him and Big Joe. That's Australia.
Him and fucking Necro
That's
Butcher,
England.
England, excuse me. The Butcher, Necro Butcher for sure. Has to. Judge Joe Dredd, possibly.
The final boss.
I would want to go after anybody right now that's making a big name for themselves whenever their blood spills. And that's Judge Joe Dredd. That's the Necro Butcher. Atticus, obviously, that's one and done already. But then also, I'm going to want to go after the King. I'm going to want to go after Nick Gage again.
Yeah.
Gage,
So that's
Page,
my
Gage
three.
and Page.
You do Gage, 3 people from Japan. The thing is, does Dick Page acknowledge Necro Butcher as the final boss? Somebody that needs to be on the list. Or is he
I don't
pulling
know. I'm unsure of his views.
What do you think, Larry? What are some names we might have missed? Last 10 for Dick.
I think Dick's definitely gonna probably fight Pondo for the legacy of it all. I also think he's probably gonna wanna recreate some magic with old Manser.
Yeah.
Quite possibly from that Cage of Death, the last great Cage of Death of them all, quite frankly. One on.
Yeah.
Pat, you were there in the 2300 arena.
Loved it. Loved every second of it.
Yeah, it was orgasmic.
Yeah. It was one of the few times that I've actually cared and felt the thing. I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, this is awesome.
It was a time where I remember my voice was so tired. Like so tired. But when we got in there for the main event, I was like, oh, there's no way. There's no way that I'm going to fuck this up. Like, I was like, I will not. Like, I was like willing myself to power through in a huge fashion. And I remember how surprised I was at how good it sounded when I reviewed it. And that was like one of the times where I was like, that's right, Larry, you can do anything. You can do anything if you just believe.
Manifest shit.
Yep.
Yeah, you got to.
Yo,
And that was
Arrow
it.
Boy.
Arrow Boy. What about like fucking Dr. Redacted?
Redacted.
I don't think he's going to.
These aren't final 10. Urka says
Oh,
Cannonball.
Well, Sean was saying
Cannonball.
people that are trying to make names for themselves.
AJ Gray.
Drake, Vendetta, Bev, Eric Ryan, who's currently in France, Mance, John Wayne Murdoch.
Schlack. What about a Schlack?
No, see, I don't think it's going to include any of your favorites, Brian.
So I guess who do you think? So then who do you think?
Everyone who you don't like that's on everyone on that list besides the ones that you like.
Who was that?
Schlack,
He's just
Necro.
trolling, bro.
Slack, Necro.
Assume questions. He's
What
like,
else
just
is going
everybody
on?
that you like? No. Velveteen Dream. Y'all saw that? Did we talk about that?
Off stream we chatted. I just heard that he had an announcement.
He made a public apology to WWE.
RSP hates
Triple
Dr.
H.
Redacted. See, I knew that.
I knew there was no way he would fight Redacted.
Well, Redacted
calls him
well,
untrained.
So maybe he was doing it because he will fight him.
Yeah, maybe it was long-term
Storytelling here.
Yeah,
Right.
Maybe you're right, Brian. Maybe you're
Yeah,
right.
maybe.
I just,
Maybe.
I just knew that Ricochet Page hates the wrestlers you love.
A lot of people don't like Redacted because they have that. There's a reputation that where did he come from? We know he's a kaiju big battler, which means I guess his origins are quack.
He's a
I
doctor.
guess. No, he was formerly Cube.
He was the
accused
Dr. Cube.
Dr.
Yes.
Q.
Yeah.
Bro, I'll never forget. The first time I seen him was in VXS versus JTG.
Who's
in a death match. It was wild, bro. At the
Yeah,
end,
it was
Big
him and the
Cass
putties.
comes out, and the putties, yeah.
Yeah,
Cass
they
comes
all
out,
beat him
saves JTG. Quite the show. Quite the
That
match.
must have been what
Quite
I
the
missed.
show.
Oh,
Bro,
yeah,
that was
VXS
That was like 3 in the morning, bro. Legit 3 in the morning.
Yo, I'll never forget. I don't know I think it might have been Dr. Cube himself swung a tube. And like when you swing it way too hard and like the lanes of like just fucking blood instantly appear, and it's like
That's what happened to Marcus Mathers the other day.
Yeah.
Yo, you know who I was noticing swings the tubes like a goddamn madman? Bev.
Ooh.
He swings for the fucking fences. Like you think of Tremont, he like taps and like John Wayne Murdoch does this like tapping shit. He fucking lays the shit in.
Well,
do you think that Larry, this question is more for you because you've been more ringside for a lot of the swinging of the tubes. Do you feel that the harder the impact, the bigger the shard glass, meaning less big pieces everywhere? Because I feel like the lighter you tap, the more likely you are to have big pieces fall and potentially, cut you deeper, as opposed to having a big explosion where it's more, spooky dust.
I like when the tubes are used as whips. Bev whips motherfuckers with the tubes. I don't like the tapping of the tube, but I understand that its placement is to give you variety for using this instrument as a weapon. It's a different sound from a whip as opposed to a think, so.
Did you see that clip from Circle 6 when I think it was from a Bev match where the Tokyo Tower
Bevan or invite
tipped over the corner of the ring? Larry, did you see this?
Oh yeah, it was great. It was great.
And it's like all coming down on the guy, then it just goes clink.
Yeah, the guy loved it.
He gets so hyped. He gets so hyped, and it's so exciting.
It was kind of
Tower.
He's lucky he was looking down. If he looked up, that shit would have went right to his face.
It's just funny to see like the other side of things that people, you know what I mean? Like it's like, oh my God, it's unsafe for the fans. Like you should be using tubes. So like how many times have you heard of an incident? And Necro had the guardrail thing recently, which is a little different. But there's also times where it goes dink, and everyone goes, yeah,
Dude, someone posted a picture on Deathmatch Elite. The tube went and pierced through their shirt, and they had a fucking wound.
Jeez.
No, that's the thing, though. That's the thing, though. Listen,
if you're in, right, no, I
you have to. There's no way that you're gonna go to a death match, even if it's your first show. If you hear the words death match, look it up. Be prepared. Wear a long sleeve. Wear a Carhartt hoodie if you have to.
Dude, people are wearing fucking flip-flops.
Anything to fly. Things happen.
Flip-flops,
this is the environment you're in. It is bound to happen.
Right. Well, but
it is bound to happen.
The guy that got hit was obviously understanding and was wearing it as a badge of honor. He wasn't mad about it.
It's like Gallagher. It's like Gallagher.
The people that get tight are
Gallagher passed away, I believe.
They're the people that shouldn't be at the deathmatch show.
Well, I mean, that's when they're coming to the ice cream shop to check out the ice cream flavor, and they notice that crimson red cherry's not for them.
Not for them.
That's the cop callers. That's the ones that
not
call
for you, Daddy.
Well, what's coming up later this month? Is there any shows that we should?
Well, we're canceling all our guests. Next 3 guests, I think, are canceled either.
Yeah, we don't need no guests. Let's just.
I think we're doing well with what we have here. Yeah. I think we should just continue it. I think. I think the fans forgot. I think the fans forgot what we do as a unit.
I want more of what the chat is saying, because I used to be in the chat heavy. I want to see what they're talking about. I want to
So are you telling me that I should contact Akira and tell him that we are no longer having guests?
I think Akira might want to fight you, Brian.
Well, I don't think that that's the case. I think that as a worker, he's a professional man. I think that as a worker,
here we go.
As a worker, Akira seems like a professional.
You just want to talk to Akira about his feet being rubbed by MAGA.
Yeah.
That's what this is about.
You sandbag him about his feet.
Sick fuck.
That's a question that I would ask, but I don't think that Akira.
I knew you would.
Wouldn't come on this show.
Fuck.
He doesn't like whatever happened on our show, but we apologize. We move forward.
We should send out surveys
ready to go full steam ahead with just another incident.
Yeah, right into it again.
He's just like, let's go.
You just can't wait to talk about foot rubs.
It happened. It's news. Newsworthy stuff.
You just can't fucking help yourself, can you?
Let's share the giveaways again and then call it a night.
Let's do that.
Can we do that?
Guys, you got some legacy items mixed in. All you gotta do. What the hell is that?
This is my purge candle that I picked up because eventually that's what's gonna happen here on Blvd Bullies versus the world. And I have a countdown. Every hour the wax will drop. And the closer we get to doomsday.
Yeah. 12 hours. That's 12 episodes.
Oh yeah.
We just signed a 12-episode extension. Well, anyway.
Legacy.
The cannoli can, beer can that started it all.
Are you signing it?
Yes.
My shit is actually already signed. Mine has a lot of value of people who like have signed already.
Someone would genuinely appreciate those.
A lot of signatures on my giveaway.
A lot of
so
sigs.
comment in the thing, and your name will go into the port box.
The port.
And then we'll give shit away.
That's how we're doing it.
What's the show for XPW this month, Larry? Where are they at?
XPW goes local, Houston, Texas on Saturday, January the 27th. That's right. End of the month shows for XPW. You could always catch.
Whoa. That's the day of the Royal Rumble.
Bitch, fuck a Rumble.
Where's the Rumble?
People that are going to go to the deathmatch show are not going to watch the Royal Rumble. Or if they do, they're going to watch it on their little cell phones at
St.
XPW and
Petersburg,
chant about it.
Tampa. Who plays in Tampa? The Devil Rays. There you go.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, so we're going head to head with them, whatever. I don't know why they moved their pay-per-views from Sundays to Saturdays, but whatever. I've done it before. We'll do it again. But that's the show. Shit's already been announced by Jaime of Local Wrestling.
Jaime.
And
Masada makes his return. Masada makes his
Masada
return.
making his return. Yeah.
Texas's own.
Yeah, Texas's own. I'm going to be there. I'm hosting the goddamn thing. So, if you're in that area, get your fucking tickets. If not, stream it on streamxpw.com. And then also, there's the show that shall not be named on January 12th in Brooklyn.
Yeah. Surprised you didn't lose that gig.
Almost. Almost.
Close call.
We'll never be seen in VXS ever again.
Oh shit.
Ever.
Well, I got a
me.
T-shirt. Well, you'll see me in this VXS T-shirt because it's part of my clean laundry rotation currently.
I've been canceled.
We're all hurting.
Well, the next time that you'll see us together will be in February for Alive and Kicking. Are you going to come, Patrick? You're going to come, Patrick?
I don't think so. I don't think I can leave the house after what you've orchestrated here, Brian.
I know. We're going to be beat up.
I have a normal life now. I just go to hang out with my normal friends. Sean's talking about hockey. I'm going to get into hockey. Then I won't get into any fights.
Fire right now. Cracking on fire.
Cracking. That's my team. The Crack in.
Well, I'm gonna be at the Hart Ballroom. Sections in full effect.
I'm pretty sure I have a show
Alive
that
and
day,
Kicking,
so unfortunately
Blackamania.
I won't be able to be there with you.
Sean's not going to be there either.
I have a
Your
show
brother.
that day, I believe.
Your brother will be there, hopefully.
Maybe, or maybe he'll be with me.
You have an outlaw
don't
show
steal
that
it.
day?
I had legit have a
You have an outlaw show that day?
I believe I do, yeah.
Well, then they're competing with the Royal. They're
Spears
competing
versus
with the Royal Rumble too, then, motherfucker.
No, this is following month. Following month, I said.
Oh,
February.
February.
You have a show February 24th?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's Outlaw's return to Big Orange.
Yeah, that's the go home. That's the see you later
Did
show.
Outlaw ever make it into Melrose Ballroom?
We didn't. We did not.
Pat, that was your last show where you was like, we're gonna be at Melrose.
Yeah, Melrose Ballroom. That was the straw that broke the camel's back. No, actually. No, yeah, that was it. Well, actually, technically, it was something that was said on this show regarding the actual year on the birth certificate of one Kevin Gill and punk rock New York hardcore icon Vinny Stigma. And then it was actually a similar screen recording I received, informing me that my services were no longer needed because of this show. That was actually also in 2023 or maybe 2. I don't know.
You're done.
I'm shot. So,
keep moving forward.
it's been a good final.
I mean, yeah, we got places that appreciate us and that we can do our things and mistakes happen. And I think we all acknowledged at the beginning of this program a mistake happened. You live, you learn, and you suffer the consequences of your actions. And I think we're gonna feel it for a little bit.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that we're not gonna endure.
We persevere.
Yeah, and it's funny because on that very program, I feel like we were talking about something else, and I was yelling at Brian about the First Amendment, and I was like, well, First Amendment says you could say and do whatever you want, but doesn't mean that you can't get fired. It's like a trade. It's like a trade-off. It's like you can say and do whatever you want, but there are consequences to it. And, I think the body felt that very, very heavily this weekend or this week. And, we felt it as well. Justly.
I will say that the people threatening violence is a little crazy. Like, if you're going to be such good people, if you're going to go that route, then threatening violence.
Brian, we were almost there. We were almost there. Hopefully the screen recordings have stopped before that comment.
What? That is not real. You shouldn't threaten people. If you're receiving death threats, that's crazy.
No, you know what? And listen, the Blvd Bullies vibe in 2024.
I didn't look at any of it.
Is not to threaten anyone. And if you're cool, and you're still cool, thank you so much. If you were cool, now you're not cool, we're open to talk. And if you weren't cool, and you're still not cool, I would really, really appreciate it that if in this new year especially, you just look in the mirror, die slow. Blvd Bullies, low road, baby. But not really, it's just kind of a joke. Sorry about last week. Bye-bye!
Oh, so Christ, may you burn in hell forever, 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 forever.